Okay, this is DragonofEternity. Welcome back to Pokemon Violet. In the last episode, we took on the 6th gym, which for us was... It was the Glaciado gym. And judging by the level of his Pokemon, I assume you're meant to tackle this as the 7th gym. I was able to beat it, but it was tricky. So, in this video, we are going back to school. Now, every 2 gym badges I get, I go back and take some more lessons from the teachers. Now, the 4th gym badge resulted in a midterm exam. So I imagine the 8th gym badge will result in me taking the end term exam, I guess? So, for this video, we'll just go through lesson 5 and 6 of each. So, what class would you like to take? Biology 4? 4, 5, 6, and then... Okay, I see. Alright. Right, biology of Mr. Jack. Class will begin soon. Don't be tardy. Aye. Hello. I hope everyone's ready to learn some new things today. You all did great. Really great, even. On the midterm exam. Thanks for answering my little question at the end, too. I'll be sure to keep your responses in mind. Oh. Alright, we're now heading into the last half of our classes together. It's time for our knowledge to evolve and grow, just like our Pokemon. Evolution, yep. Haha. Evolution. Today we're going to learn about the fascinating phenomenon of Pokemon evolution. As your Pokemon battle and level up, they learn moves and get stronger. And for some Pokemon, once they've leveled up enough, their appearance changes and their stats increase, sometimes by a lot. That's Pokemon evolution. Pokemon become very strong when they evolve, making them trusty partners in battle. But some people prefer to keep their Pokemon in their adorable pre-evolved states. To do this, you just need to remember a certain button when your Pokemon begins to evolve. Say it with me if you already know. To cancel evolution, press the B button. What the hell's a B button? That's right, everyone. B for best answer. The button you want when you need to stop a Pokemon from evolving is the B button. If you press this button soon after a Pokemon begins to evolve, you can stop it from changing. You can also let the Pokemon hold an item known as an Everstone to keep it from evolving. Didn't Dawn's Piplup, swallow it or something? Yeah, I think so. And keep in mind that the requirements for evolution differ from Pokemon to Pokemon. Some may evolve by having a certain item, such as a Firestone or Thunderstone, used on them. Others may need to learn a specific move or defeat a specific Pokemon in battle to evolve. I've never heard of that evolution. Defeat a certain Pokemon in battle. What? That's... I can't think of a single Pokemon that needs to do that. Must be a new generation thing. The way Primeape evolves into... Excuse me? Excuse me? He has an evolution? Well, that's the first I've heard about it. The way Primeape evolves into Annihilape is especially strange. You see, there's a certain move that... Whoops, sorry, looks like we're out of time. I guess we'll have to end the class here today. Thank you all for your attention. Excuse me? Primeape has an evolution? Primeape has an evolution. You do learn stuff in school, oh my god. What am I doing? Minus button. Do I have a Primeape? I feel like I might have caught one. No. 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 There we go. Oh my god, you do have one. Huh. You can further evolve. I did not know that. Good thing. Oh, good thing. Good morning. Which class would you like to take? Actually, before I do that. Any teachers want to have a word? No. Alright. Alright, Biology 5. You like biology with Mr. Jack? Yes, I would. Is there a 6th one? I wonder. Class will begin soon. Don't be tardy. Aye, aye. Can you tell me about this Annihilate thing? That sounds amazing. Hello, I hope everyone's ready to learn some new things today, but before we get going, do you all remember the final question from my midterm exam? Well, Dr. Clavel found out about it somehow and I got yelled at. Whoops. Apparently, he could tell I was hiding something just by looking at me. He must have noticed all of the colour flush right out of my face. Haha. Speaking of colour, today I'd like to teach you all about colours as they pertain to Pokemon. Some Pokemon have slightly different coloration or patterning on their bodies based on their gender, or individual differences. Like a Spinder. God, those things have so many. In very rare cases, a Pokemon may have wildly different coloration compared to others of the same species. We call these specimens shiny Pokemon. Oh yeah, I have the Gumshoes one. It is quite rare to cross paths with one. Does anyone know what the likelihood of finding a shiny is? Well, it used to be 1 in 8,000, but I guess they've changed it. 1 in 4? Wow, that's right, you may have the makings of a Pokemon professor. Shiny Pokemon appear at a rate of 1 in 4,000. Isn't that amazing? The probability of counting one in the wild is the same as hatching one from an egg, too. Eggs from a pair of Pokemon raised around differing languages are a special case. There is a higher for an average chance that a shiny Pokemon will hatch from these eggs. Yeah, the Masuda method. I've done that in Sword and Shield with Dreepy. But we haven't been able to figure out why that is just yet. I've also heard rumours of a charm that increases your likelihood of finding shiny Pokemon when you have it in your bag. Can you believe that? Yes, I have it across several games. This claim can't be scientifically verified, but it sure would be fun if it were true. Whoops, there's the bell. That's all for today. Thank you for your attention. Well then. I guess they changed it again. Unless it was changed in the previous generation. Okay, so it is just 2 ago. Alright, so it's 3, 4, 5, and then that. Oh, 4, 5, and then that. 4, 5, 6, and then that? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, that. 4, 5, 6, that. Okay. You'd like math with Miss Time? Sure. Class will begin soon. Don't be tardy. I'm just learning all sorts of new things. I thought Annihilate was... Nah, I probably shouldn't say. Everyone, hello everyone. Well done on the midterm exam. Some of you earned perfect scores and others seem to have a bit of trouble, but I can tell that you all tried your best. You all tried your best. You can tell where I'm looking. I am quite pleased to say that every one of you passed. I can only assume this means you all have come to love numbers. Stay sharp and try your best for the rest of my classes too. You're just trying to get me to say it again. Speaking of staying sharp, do you know how that word applies to Pokemon battles? That's right, it has to do with stat boosts. A Pokemon's stats can rise and fall throughout the course of a battle, correct? For example, if a Pokemon uses the move Wake Up, its attack and special attack will raise by 1 stage each. And as you may know, each time a Pokemon's attack or special attack rises 1 stage, moves affected by that stat will deal 50% more damage. If that Pokemon from our previous example were to use Wake Up again, both its attack and special attack will have risen by 2 stages total. This results in 100% damage increase. 100% increase to damage dealt, making its moves twice as strong. So is that like... Does that go up to like 200, 400, 800? Swords Dance, on the other hand, boosts attack by 2 stages at once, allowing the Pokemon to deal double damage after just a single use. Using Swords Dance twice would boost the attack by 4 stages. How much more damage would this Pokemon deal? How much more damage? I feel like this is a trick question. Quadruple? Ah yes, this question is a tricky one, isn't it? Just because it boosts the stat by 4 stages doesn't mean damage is quadrupled. Each stat ladder Pokemon's attack or special attack is raised increases its damage by 50%. So being raised 4 times would result in a 4 times percent. Hey? So being raised 4 stages would result in a 4 times 50% or 200% increase. The base damage of a move is 100%, so adding 200% to that would give us 300%. In other words, the next move the Pokemon uses will deal triple damage. Type matchups, critical damage, and other factors all play into these calculations as well, so even a small boost must be taken seriously. By the way, if a stat simply rose, that means it has gone up by 1 stage. If it rises sharply, that's 2 stages. And if it rose drastically, that's 3 stages. Just so you know, the X attack and X special attack items, which can only be used in battle, can be used to sharply boost these respective stats. But then what about evasion? Oh my, it's up the bell, I suppose that's all for now, what a shame. Today's lesson was a little difficult, so be sure to review what you learned in order to stay sharp. I'll see you all again next class. I'm retaking that. I want to get an answer correct. Maths 3. No, maths 4. That's all? 3? 4? Yes, 4. Revisit the class. Math. Math 4. Yes, please. I just have to fast forward through this. Hello, hello, welcome on the midterm. Tried your best. No R in there at all. Me. How can I sit next to Nimona? Double. Uh-huh. Yeah, I said that. Oh, 300%. Shit. Oopsie. Ay, 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 ay. So hang on. So that'd be 400 times damage maximum. I get something that's quad weak. 800, 1600? Is that what I'm getting at here? Yeah, that'd be 1600 against a quad week. And then you apply same type attack bonus. So that'd be 240? Am I getting that right? And then whatever the hell terrestrialization does. Yeah, that's getting into stupid numbers now. That's getting into Dragon Ball numbers. Can't believe I'm actually learning things from this. Uh-huh. It's almost like being back at school again. But we're nice to teachers. Triple damage. Wow, that's great. You answered this difficult question with ease. Lovely. Ay, ay, ay. Lovely. Oh yeah, and then if you add, like, Sunny Day into the mix for a fire type against a bug grass, ugh. Someone will have done the bloody calculations. Alright, Mass 5. Let's see if I get this question wrong too. Hello everyone, let's have a fun class today. Did you make sure to review last class's material in order to stay sharp? I know it was a little difficult with all that talk of multiplication and percentages and the like, but today we'll be talking about percentages again to learn about probability. Oh boy. That may sound like we're going to have another difficult class, but did you know that all you already deal with probability on a regular basis? Pokemon moves generally have a property called accuracy, which determines the probability that they will hit. The accuracy of tackle is 100 or 100%, so if you were to use a tackle 100 times, you could expect it to hit all 100 times unless the Pokemon evades. The move Hypnosis, which puts Pokemon to sleep, or opponents to sleep, has an accuracy of 60 or 60%. That means you could expect it to hit 60 times in 100 uses. To put it that way, out of 100 uses, you could expect it to miss 40 times. Many of the truly powerful moves often tend to have lower accuracy, so when you're deciding whether to go slow and steady with moves that are sure to hit, or hard and fast with stronger moves but less accurate moves, you're already studying probability. Let me see here, perhaps Surf and Hydro Pump would be good examples of this discussion. Surf has a power of 90, its accuracy is 100, meaning you can expect it to hit every time. Hydro Pump's accuracy is only 80, but when it hits, its power is 110. So, between Surf and Hydro Pump, which move would you want to use yourself? 90 times 100. 100... That'd be 9,000 versus 880. Surf. I see it's slow and steady wins the race. There's not. I may have made it sound like there was a correct answer, but there's not. You're free to use any moves you wish. Factors like PP or a number of targets hit may make some moves more suited for certain situations. However, trading accuracy for power or vice versa is purely a matter of preference. The Surf versus Hydro Pump debate has been ongoing for quite some time. Personally, I'm more invested in debating the Rock-type moves Rock Slide and Stone Edge. Let me tell you, I really get worked up talking about those moves, but... Oh my, there's a bell, what a shame. Is that the Binman outside? Yeah, that's the Binman. Next class will be the last of our time together, so show up 100% ready to go. Aww. I probably want to reset that for depending on the situation. Or retake that class. It's been 20 minutes and I've only done 2 classes, so 30, 40, 50, 60. Oh no. I mean, I want to try speeding these up. Right, revisit math. And probability. And while that's loading, I need to close this bloody window. Okay, turns out that window was already shut. The other one I can't exactly shut due to a wire, but, oh well. Right, let's see. Hello everyone, let's have a fun class today. Did you? Alright, we already went through this, didn't we? Right. Skipping through, skipping through, skipping through. Skipping through, skipping through, skipping through. Skipping through, skipping through, skipping through. Skipping through, skipping through. Depends on the situation. Oh my, I see you're always considering various possibilities. Okay, so there's no correct answer here then. Alright, so I just went through here for nothing. Alright, alright. Okie dokie. So that's maths done. I don't suppose there's any more events with biology and maths now that I've got into the 6th badge, is there? Yes, there is. Alright, so I got plenty of events to do after these classes. Right, History 4. History of Miss Ryford. Yes, yes I would. Class will begin soon. Don't be tardy. Alright, T.O. I might want to change the title. Lesson 4 and 5? Aye. Greetings, my little students. Whatever you did yesterday is now a part of history. I was hoping to continue unraveling the marvels that history has presented to us today. However, I imagine your ability to concentrate has been spectacularly derailed by my midterm. I suppose changing things up for fun and variety may be a good idea every now and then. So allow me to tell you an old fairy tale that has been passed down in Paldea for generations. Once upon a time, there was a king who very much enjoyed collecting treasure. He was particularly fond of treasures from other countries. One day, a merchant from the east heard rumours of this king and came to meet him. This merchant laid out 4 treasures in front of the treasure-loving king. The 4 treasures were as follows: a vessel, a sword, a set of tablets, and a set of beads. Seeing such rarities before him, the king leaped for joy. He showered the merchant with gold coins and claimed all 4 of the treasures for himself. Ah, perfect timing to make eye contact, young Narish, and answer me this. I said that one of the treasures was a set of tablets. What do you think these tablets were? Wooden planks for writing on? Handheld electronic devices. Medicine let you chew. Correct, your daily pursuit of knowledge serves you well. These particular tablets are wooden and used as a writing medium in the East in ancient times. As you may know, they fell out of popular use as paper became more universally available. For the king to consider these paper substitutes treasures, they must have been of superb quality. That, or perhaps they had some amazingly profound teachings written on them. So the king obtained these 4 treasures, and on that very night, it is said that a terrible disaster rained down upon his castle, reducing it to rubble by dawn. Oh, is that time already? I wasn't done with my story, but alas, so ends today's lesson. If you're interested in how the story ends, you may come see me outside class hours. Will do. Will do. So can I see Miss Ryfoot now for that? Yes, I can. I'm kind of tempted to do that now. Right, there you are. Miss Ryfoot, tell me that story. Why, if this is Mary Ashner, are you perhaps interested in the rest of the old tale I told you in class? Yes, because this might be a legendary. Oh, heh, it is convenient that you would take the bait I presented in class. A vessel, a sword, a set of tablets, and a set of beads. After obtaining these 4 treasures, the king's castle was destroyed. Why, you ask? Because these 4 treasures were actually 4 Pokemon. As these Pokemon were passed from human hand to human hand as treasures, they slowly became tainted by hubris and greed. Finally, after coming in contact with the rapacity of the king of that time, they awakened as disasters and began to rampage out of control. The king called for renowned Pokemon wielders to defend the country, and after a fierce battle, these incarnations of disaster were quelled. It is said that these 4 Pokemon were then sealed away somewhere in Paldea. So what do you think? Would you say the story is just make-believe? No, I've seen 2 of the seals myself. How very astute of you. I have read many historical disaster reports, personal journals and the like. There is much to support the truth of this story. If I am able to prove the story's veracity myself, I will be sure to let you know. You came even closer with Miss Ryford. Well, that's a tale about legendaries, ain't it? Uh-huh. Alright, so back to history class. History 5. Class will begin soon, don't be tardy. Aye, aye. I should probably do the teacher events after the classes. Maybe. In that case, I should go see Mr. Jack. Greetings, my little students. Whatever you did yesterday, it is now a part of history. Today we'll continue to unravel the marvels that history has presented to us. I trust that you all remember our lesson before the midterm exam concerning the great crater Paldea and its interior, Area Zero. This mysterious crater captured the imaginations of many, including the former Paldean Emperor. 200 years ago, a group of explorers claimed to have finally reached its depths. The name of the team that achieved this great feat was the Area Zero Expedition. The team is said to have been made up of Paldea's best and brightest. Skilled battlers, brilliant researchers, talented individuals of all kinds. Among the list of team members who was the name of a man who was an author and brilliant natural historian, Heath. After returning from the expedition to Area Zero, he used his literary talent to record the events of the expedition and publish them. I would love to read that. Perfect time to make eye contact, see if you're paying attention. What's the name? Area Zero Expedition. Correct. To pick on and remember a term I simply flipped into the flow of the lecture. You really are quite the clever one. The correct name for this team was the Area Zero Expedition. The record of their activities written by the expedition member Heath can be found in bookstores and the like even today. This record is now known as the Violet Book. At the time, the entire region of Paldea was absolutely buzzing about Area Zero. The Violet Book was so popular that practically everyone had a copy. However, the book itself was full of fantastical descriptions and illustrations of things that could never be thought of as real. The masses began to call Heath a liar. Even the truth of the expedition making it to the bottom of the crater was called into question. The Violet Book was condemned to the shelves of used bookstores as just another book of wild paranormal stories. There's a copy of one on one of the bookshelves on the ground floor of the entrance hall. Feel free to have a read if you're interested. I guess I'll be looking for that then. This ends today's lesson. We will unravel more of history's enigmas together next time. Area Zero, eh? Sounds like a hell of an interesting place. It better be in the base game. Let's see. So yeah, we've got maths teacher, and we don't have biology teacher. Alright, I probably already talked to Jack with the 200%. 200%? With the 200 Pokedex entries, there we go. SAS conditions, no. Hello. Do you know where the book is? No? The Violet Book, the Violet Book. No. Ground floor, ground floor. I don't suppose it's in the forbidden section, is it? The forbidden section of the library. Nope. Nope. The school song? Over Grand Messagosa stands our dear Uva, where we enter as seeds and leave in fruition. Our minds wide as the crater, for wise educators, to fill with individual spirit and future ambition. Teach us well, O Grapes of Paldea. I really want to see what that's like in Scarlet. So the book's not on this side. Alright, how about this side? Nope. 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 Not on this one, is it? Aha! It's a Violet Book, the Mysterious Purple Tome. Do you want to read it? Yes, I do. Which section would you like to read? Oh, there's a lot. The Great Crater of Paldea, a photograph from the survey team's point of ingress to the crater, which is visible in the background. Luck favoured us with fine weather, making for a smooth outset, but clouds obscured the crater's distant depths, where the treasure of legend is said to lie. Now, onward and downward. Alright. The adventure into Area Zero. Within the great crater of Paldea lies the mysterious Area Zero, a place home to such landscapes, such plant life, and such Pokemon as we had never seen. It is inhospitable to human life, and as such I suspect something altogether unknown to humankind sleeps in its depths. The adventure into Area Zero. A photograph of a spot where the survey team rested on day 2 of the expedition. Note the strange symbols inscribed in the ground here. Were they left by explorers in the time of the Paldean Empire, or could they be older still? Regardless, they seemed as if they might hold some meaning, or they must hold some meaning. Area Zero cartograph? Ledges form a spiral down the inner walls of Area Zero, offering a path of descent. Vegetation of sources of water are here as well. Legends tell that precious stones and wondrous fruits have long slept in Area Zero's depths, protected by some manner of guardian. Alright, I'm going to want to make a mental note of that map. The Pokemon of Area Zero. Pokemon of Area Zero. Sketches by a survey team member. Surprisingly, the Pokemon species we observed in the upper strata of Area Zero seemed little different from those outside the crater. Now and then we heard unfamiliar cries from the lower strata. The monsters of Area Zero. Oh dear lord, there's... Excuse me? I thought it was only a few sections. Oh god, this is really going to be a long video, ain't it? Right, monsters of Area Zero. As we descended further into Area Zero, we began to catch glimpses of mysterious Pokemon, though we wondered if these compact, cruel beasts were indeed Pokemon at all. One of our team suffered a brutal blow from such a beast and was mortally wounded, forcing us to retreat for a time. A member of the survey team captured this photograph by chance. I noticed a passing resemblance to the Pokemon known as Donphan, yet differences such as its texture and the way it moves suggest it is biologically separate, to say nothing of its treads of iron. Alright, Herba Mystica. Area Zero is home to wondrous herbs that instantly impart vigor when eating. We dubbed them Herba Mystica and attempted to grow some in areas around Paldea. However, before we could harvest, the herbs were eaten by Pokemon, which in turn grew large and strong. We call these Titan Pokemon. Alright, mysterious plates. During our descent into Area Zero, we came across a buried metal plate inscribed with a strange symbol. We attempted to shave off a piece of the plate, but failed to leave even a scratch. Even determining the nature of the metal seems beyond modern science. We know not why the inscription was made, let alone how. Alright. Legendary treasure. Countless days into our descent, we at last reached the very depths of the Great Crater. There we found cave with formations of gemstone, shining blindingly bright as far as we could see. Perhaps that strange light itself is the guardian said to watch over the treasure deep within the crater. Alright. An imagined Pokemon. Terrakion? That's like all of the bloody 4 swordsmen combined. A drawing of a fantastical Pokemon as envisioned by our sketch artist. The compactness and cruelty of the strange Pokemon that dwell in Area Zero's lower reaches tickled the artist's imagination, prompting the sketch of what other species that inhabit these depths might look like. Alright. A phantom memory. During our exploration of Area Zero's depths, I, Heath, strayed from the team and was later found unconscious. When awoken, I could only recall speaking with someone in an unfamiliar place, as if in a dream. I was found holding the page shown here. The handwriting is my own, but I have no memory of writing this. Alright. Our generous sponsor. The author Heath pictured with the director of Uber Academy. He looks familiar. The Academy's generous funding made the Area Zero expedition possible, and the data gathered has been shared with the Academy in hopes that it will aid in the institution's research work and foster future generations of scholars and scientists. About the author. Heath, author of the Violet Book, shown here with his partner Cyclazar, a natural historian as well as a writer. He was chosen for the Area Zero expedition and penned this account upon returning from the Great Crater Paldea. Cyclazar aided the expedition as well by bearing the team's luggage and equipment. Something Pokemon? Whoa. What? When separated from the research team in the crater's depths, I found a strange entity. Whether it was a Pokemon or even alive at all, I know not. It bore a sigil with layers of overlapping hexagons and gleamed brighter still than gemstone. Veiled as a whole, it resealed? I have no idea what that is. It resembled a mysterious, brilliant disc. Ah. Alright. Huh. Well, that spooked. That has spooked me. Alright, languages, battle studies, art, home ec. And then we talk to the teachers and we're done. Right, Mr. Salvatore. Class will begin soon, don't be tardy. Huh. That has definitely given some food for thought. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. How did you like the midterm exam? You all did really great. We're halfway there. And now, time for another lesson. Êtes-vous prêts? Are you ready? Oui. Très bonne response. Great answer. Merci, my friends. I knew I could count on you stars. Leading up to the midterm, we learned all sorts of words from different regions. Starting today, though, I'll be throwing a curveball, for we will begin listening comprehension. Vasi, go for it, my assistant. Pika-Pee, Pikachu! Pikachu. As you just heard, Pokemon can also use words to communicate. It's not always easy for us to understand them, but their words have meaning, just as ours do. Pokemon can use language to share all kinds of information with each other, like the location of food, or whether there may be predators nearby. The same Pokemon's cries may sound different depending on what it says. I'm sure you're all curious, so aujourd'hui, today that is, let's learn some Pokemon language. Je t'en prie, if you'd be so kind, Pikachu. Pika! What emotion do you suppose Pikachu was trying to convey just now? Happiness. Sorry, Masha, that's not right. Pokemon language is odd, isn't it, when Pikachu says, Pika! It's using its angry voice. That's right, I had my little Pikachu friend here pretend to be angry for us. Don't you think you did a great job? Give Pikachu a round of applause, everybody. Yay! The same Pokemon can even communicate its feelings in many different ways. Their voices change depending on their mood and physical condition. Try listening more carefully to Pokemon, you might gain a deeper understanding of them. That having been said, Pokemon are quite mysterious creatures. Some actually don't communicate with words at all, but instead use things like electromagnetic or ultrasonic waves. Some even use telepathy. And now, apropos of nothing, let me give you all one of my wise words of advice. If you poke at your Pokemon too many times while washing them during picnics, they'll get mad at you, like Pikachu just demonstrated. You can wash them. Well, adios, matinee a la prochaine. See you later, everyone. Okay. Okay, I'm back from our dance or something. Right, so I wanted to retake language 4 then. Yes. Expressions of anger. Oh, lovely. It's almost like it gave me the answer to the question. Ay, ay, ay. And then... Great answer, Messi. Pika, Pika, Pikachu. Right. Anger. Marilu, Marishna, correct. I guess we should call you Professor when Pikachu says, Pika. It's using its angry voice. Lovely. Same Pokemon can even communicate its feelings in many different ways. The voices change depending on the mood. Okay. Right, time for Languages 5 then. Languages 5 with Mr. Salvatore. Don't be tardy. Aye aye. My dear friends, how are you all today? I hope you're doing marvelously. Or marvelously well. It's time for another of Salvatore's language lessons. Êtes-vous prêt? Are you ready? Oui. I would expect no less from my excellent friends. Even your replies to my questions are excellent. Aujourd'hui, today, we will once again be focusing on listening. Vasi, go for it, my assistant. Pikachu! Pikachu! As you may remember from our last class, the same Pokemon cries may sound different depending on what it wants to say. Aujourd'hui, today, that is, we will be learning more about the language used by Pokemon. Je t'en prie, if you'd be so kind, Pikachu. That sounds a little bleak, doesn't it? Its voice seems a little lower pitched too. What emotion do you suppose Pikachu was trying to convey just now? Sadness. Ding ding ding, that's right, Marishna, fantastique. When Pikachu says... It's expressing sadness. Kinda makes you want to cry, doesn't it? That's right. I had my little Pikachu cry as if it was crying. Haha, funny joke, right? Don't you think it did a great job? Give Pikachu a round of applause, everyone. Uh-oh, I unplugged my controller. Get in there. There we go. There we go. Yay, Pikachu, yay! And now, apropos of nothing, let me give you all one of my wise words of advice. If you hear one of your Pokemon making sad noises like this one, you should treat them with even more kindness than usual. Well, you probably already knew that, though. A piece of cake for you all, I'm sure. Of course, this goes for your classmates and others as well. Friends should support each other in times of sadness. I truly hope that you all can have smiles on your faces all the time, my friends. Approaching course, next lesson, that is, will be our final lesson together. I hope you're ready for the climatic finale. Adios, matinee. Seriously, where was this teacher in my school? I would have actually passed French if I had him. Ay, ay, ay. Right, Battle Studies 4. Yeah, it's Battle Studies with Miss Dendra. Here's hoping she makes a better sandwich. I could do a sandwich after this. I haven't had toasties in a while. I would need my own toastie because bloody gluten. Lovely. Another day, another round of battle study. Also, let's get right into it. You all gave everything you had on the midterm exams. Well done. We'll resume our regular classes today, so keep up that energy for the second half of the term. Have you all been using the R button to send out your Pokemon? Not much. If you do, your Pokemon will run off in the direction you're facing. It's a super useful tactic that lets your Pokemon pick up faraway items for you, and that's not all. If there's a wild Pokemon near where you sent your Pokemon, they'll stop battling each other. We call those battles auto-battles. I should probably do those at some point. Just as the name implies, your Pokemon will act on its own during auto-battles, meaning you won't have to give it any commands. And if your Pokemon wins, it'll get XP points, just like it would in a regular battle. If you make good use of these battles, they can be a really efficient way to train your party. Yeah, I probably should do that. But I've been catching a lot of things. But you'll want to remember that Pokemon won't evolve or learn new moves right away if they level up from an auto battle. Also, if a Pokemon loses an auto battle, they'll come back with just a small amount of HP left. Make sure to heal up right away. Whoops, I just did the whole class as a... I just about did the whole class as a one-side lecture. Does anyone have any questions so far? Can I catch wild Pokemon in auto battles? If you let your Pokemon battle on its own, it'll keep going until its opponent is defeated. If you want to catch a wild Pokemon, you'll need to battle by issuing commands instead. Even during auto battles, our Pokemon are out there battling for us. They're trainers. Keep an eye on them as much as possible, and if it looks like they're going to lose, be sure to have them retreat. Also, this goes without saying, but Pokemon with low HP are already worn out. They probably won't enjoy auto battles as much, so don't work them too hard, okay? In conclusion, auto battles only work if a trainer and their Pokemon have a relationship of mutual trust. Be smart with how you use auto battles so you don't lose the trust of your Pokemon. Oh man, I was just about to suggest we do some hands-on practice to really drive the point home. But I guess we've run out of time as usual. Class is over for now. Take care, you little rascals. Okie dokie. Wait, did Penny have a Pokemon out? Oh, I didn't even notice. I bet she has an Eevee. Alright, let's get you out then. Battle Studies 5 with Miss Dendra. Let's get Turos out for a little bit. Class will begin soon, don't be tardy. Aye aye, aye aye. Let's see, is Penny here again? Whenever you want to load. Nope, no Penny. Another day, another round of battle study. Osu, let's get right to it. I hope you gave auto battles a shot like we talked about last class. Being good use of auto battles will let you train up a bunch of different Pokemon. It's also an efficient way to gather the Pokemon materials you need to make TMs at TM machines. Speaking of which, have you all been using the TM machines? Yes, I have. I sure hope so, because it's pop quiz time! To create TMs, you need Pokemon materials and what other thing? What is that? LP! Looks like you're already a TM machine pro, new kid. The correct answer is League Points, or LP for short. You can give LP and Pokemon materials to a TM machine to create TMs, but that's not all. You can also exchange Pokemon materials at a TM machine to get LP. I recently heard about some shady individuals getting LP illegally using a technique called hacking, or something like that. I don't want any of you getting involved in bad stuff like that, got it? About that, Cassiopeia kind of gave me some. Anyway, you can also add TMs like you want to make to your watch list. This will let you keep an eye on materials you need to gather. In conclusion, in order to make TMs, you need Pokemon materials. Even if you want to get a hold of a lot of different materials, you'll have to bottle all kinds of Pokemon. Woo. Oh man, I was just about to suggest we do some hands-on practice to really drive the point home. But I guess we're not going to have the time. Class is over for now. Take care, you little rascals. Aye, 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 aye. Alright, so that's battle studies done. So now we've got art and home ec. Yeah. And yeah, there's events with everyone. Okay. Finish all the classes and then do the events. Right then, Art 4 with Mr. Hassel. Time to huff the hassle. I feel like I'm missing something from this. I don't think I am. Oh well. Hello class, it is I, Hassel yet again. I'm pleased to say that everyone did very well on the midterm exams. As a result of all your hard work, we have a special guest visiting today. Is it Gibble? Now then, Brassy, please come in. Greetings. Oh, should I be clapping? Yay! I am Brassius, I am an artist, and I focus exclusively on grass-type Pokemon for my work. Brassius here mainly creates three-dimensional pieces, such as statues and the like. One of his major works is the installation titled Surrendering Sunflora, found in Artisan. Many of you who have challenged Artisan Gym are no doubt familiar with these sculptures. Yes, I do recognize some faces among your students. Hi! I hope you all understand how fortunate you are to be able to attend Hass's classes. Old Hass is the man who saved me when I had lost all hope and given up on myself. But he never gave up on me. I do not exaggerate when I say he is the mentor in life. Well, he's my mentor in life. It is precisely thanks to Hass that I was able to establish my current art style. Ah, dear Brassy. I've nothing against reminiscing about old times, but today I hope you will guide this class in a way only you can. Of course. Let's see. Why don't we discuss that Why don't we discuss what Haas mentioned? Surrendering Sunflower. Can anyone here tell me what my mood was when I crafted its detached expression? Sad? Surrendering? Shit! No, completely and utterly wrong. When I made that sculpture, I had surrendered all hope. I was prepared to give up everything. I had resolved to give up my life as an artist if that piece did not receive proper recognition. Hence the name Surrendering Sunflower. That's exactly it, Haas. When I started out as an artist, I experienced many hardships. I even became deathly ill and fell into a slump that drove me to desperation. I began worrying only about what would sell. I was concerned only with fame and fortune. But all my pieces during that time had no depth. They were all shallow trash. It was then that I met Haas. He helped me realize how petty I was being. I'll spare you the details, but in the end I was able to leave all that behind. And that is also when I crafted the Sunflora. Remarkable, even I did not know the full story until now. This kind of thing is hard to tell someone, especially when they are so close to you. Now, I don't doubt you adolescents will often find your heads crowded with worries. My advice to you is simple. Be honest with yourself and do whatever your heart desires. So long as you don't cause trouble, that is. That's all from me. But what's the answer? I must admit I am beginning to feel a bit embarrassed, so I bid you farewell, Haas. And farewell to your pupils as well. Oh, Brassy, I can't believe. Such a wonderful class. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, that was fine. Can I go back through that? What was the emotion? Was it happiness? Revisit the class. Art 4. Alright, and now to just zoom through it. I want to get these answers correct. So I was running that task, so he was happy? Happy making it? I think. Maybe. I call some Hass instead of Hassel. That's cute. Is this a ship? Actually, while I'm here, I can maybe take a look at something. Right, happy. What? Then what were you feeling then? I did happiness, I did sadness. How about anger? It's like I'm going through the stages of grief right now. Ay, ay, ay. I'm determined to get this right. Maybe there is no right answer. Oh, that would suck. That would really suck. Right, artful. Let's try anger this time. Ay, ay, ay. Let's see, look at the time. Oh, no. Well, let's see what I can do at least. We'll have a special guest visiting us today. Come on, Brazzy. They call each other Brassy and Half. Oh, oh, Hass. Oh no. If there were a couple, that'd be really cute. So it wasn't happy, it was unsad. What about angry? None of these are correct! They were all wrong answers, you son of a... Really? Really? Oh, come on! How was I supposed to know that? How? Just how? Well, that's a thing. I suppose it was like the hydro pump versus surf debate. Yeah. Okay. Right, before I go before I go on to the next art class, I want to check what Pokemon Penny had. It's probably going to be Eevee. Alright, so it was Battle Studies 4 then. Right, what Pokemon did Penny have? Eevee. At least I think that's an Eevee. Is that her Eevee? Riolu, Squavet. Yeah, she has an Eevee. Of course she has an Eevee. Ay. I suppose I can ask a different question now. So whenever she gets around to it. Very read all this. How do I stop an auto battle? There's no stopping an auto battle once it starts. You'll have to wait and see how it plays out. You can call your Pokemon off before the battle starts though if you press ZR while your Pokemon's still out on its way to the opponent. Alright, that's good to know. That is good to know. In conclusion. Okay, I've read all this. Right, so on to art number 5 then. Right, art 5 with Mr. Hassel. Wonder if he's calmed down from the previous lesson. Hello class, it is I, Hassel, yet again. First, allow me to apologise for losing my composure during our last class. I was so touched by Brassi's story that I simply couldn't contain my emotions. I'm sorry for making such a scene. I certainly got a very stern talking to from Miss Time after the class, yes. Anyway, let us shift gears and dive into material for today's class. Now, have you heard of the 10 sites of Paldea? Some of them. As the name would imply, there are 10 sites in Paldea that are considered particularly beautiful. Among them, I would say the Grand Olive Orchard is likely the most accessible. You can see field after field of olive trees from the hill on the way to Cortondo. Well, that depends on your render distance. 2 waterfalls are also counted among these 10 sites, Fury Falls and Casaroya Falls. Then there's the peak of Glaciado Mountain, known as Paldea's highest peak. Hey, I've been there. There's another cliff on Glaciado Mountain that's named after its rather unique shape. So let me ask you, my students, what is the name of the 3-pronged cliff on Glaciado Mountain? No need to gasp at straws. Grasp at straws. Badumps. Exactly, it looks like a hand taking hold of something, doesn't it? The 3-pronged cliff on Glaciado Mountain is in fact known as Glaciado's Grasp. Though its shape is far too stubby to be that of a human hand, I imagine someone thought of it looked like a Pokemon hand grabbing something. There's also the mountains in Area 3 of the East Province where you can get a good look at Lavencia. It's particularly gorgeous at night. In fact, the view is so brilliant it is known as the Million Volt Skyline. I hear it's quite a hotspot for dates, and deservedly so for having such a romantic view. I imagine it's, what do the kids say these days, a very, fleek selfie spot? The fuck does fleek mean? Of course, you may feel that not all 10 sites live up to their grandiose names. How often do we visit some tourist spots only to be disappointed? Not to say that you shouldn't visit them, only that you should keep your hopes in check. Yeah, it's like playing a new game or meeting a content creator. The important thing is to go yourself and see them with your own two eyes. And sometimes a disappointing experience can be worthwhile in its own way. Take a chance. Well, that's it for today, class. Thank you for your attention. So that just leaves home ec and then talking to all the teachers. Alright, home ec with Mr. Saguaro. Saguaro. Did I say his name right? I probably never will. Yeah. Oh god, we're now in the video. An hour of me just talking. Won't be the first time. Put away your phones, it's time to begin class. For some of you had to retake the midterm exam multiple times. I didn't. I am glad to say that the majority of the class passed without issue. I feel honoured to see that the knowledge and skills indispensable for daily life have taken root in all of you. I trust that you will all work just as hard on your life skills in the second half of our class as well. Or of our course as well. Let us now turn our attention to the topic of the day, which was inspired by a question I received on the subject of meal powers. The student who asked this question is a young man who enjoys the culinary arts. He tells me that he regularly researches culinary techniques on his own, and pays careful attention to the ingredients he uses. He also spends day and night studying all aspects of the culinary arts. Yet despite this, he is baffled by his inability to increase the effectiveness of his meal powers. So tell me, since you did quite well on your midterm exam, what should our this young man do to increase the effectiveness of his meal powers? He should make food with other people? Oh, is this like the bloody Poffins? Perfectly correct. I see that you are knowledgeable about the culinary arts. To increase the effectiveness of meal powers, your sandwiches must be filled with many different ingredients. For a single person, this may prove difficult, but if you prepare a sandwich with others, you will be able to handle a larger serving of bread. With a larger base to start with, it becomes quite simple to add more ingredients to your sandwich, which in turn makes it possible to receive meal powers of increased effectiveness. This applies more broadly as well, when dealing with difficult issues. Working with others to solve that issue may be the best course of action. I'm sure that Arvin will likewise work with friends to craft his sandwiches in the future. Ahem. The identity of the male student is a matter of privacy, so I would ask that you do not pry too deeply. Our time together has come to an end for the day. I bid you all farewell. Oh, I love that. That's dumb. Alright, final class. Home Ec 5. Mr. Saguaro. Oh wait, you have a side hook there this time instead of a Gengar. When did that change? Is that a daily change? I don't know. But away your phones, it's time to begin classes. While you're out performing field work with one of your Pokemon walking alongside you, have you ever noticed changes in its coloration? No. Now, I don't mean that it suddenly becomes a shiny Pokemon or any nonsense like that. I'm speaking of it becoming filthy! Pokemon battle. They get hurt by moves used against them. They get battered by wind and rain. They get covered in sand and mud. They get, in a word, filthy! I have seen many a trainer walking about with their adorable little Pokemon without addressing this issue. It is deplorable. How do you try cleaning him up then? Let me ask this question of someone who I am sure would not tolerate such shameful conduct. Ah yes, Miss Mariashna. Oops. What should you do if your Pokemon's dirty? Clean it up. Perfectly correct. I knew I could count on you to provide me with such an answer. When your Pokemon are dirty, clean them. This is of course simply common sense. When you are having a picnic, you can approach the Pokemon on your team and perform a variety of actions. One such action is putting them through what I like to call the Pokemon wash. In other words, you are able to clean them up. You start by getting your sponge lathered with soapy bubbles as you gently and carefully scrub your Pokemon. Once your Pokemon is nice and covered in soapy bubbles, the bubbles will encapsulate the filth, and then you simply wash it away with a spray of water. This will get your Pokemon clean and shining bright as a Terra Jewel. It is certainly quite a bit of work, but this will also restore HP and cure status conditions. However, some Pokemon may have parts of their bodies that they don't want scrubbed, or that they would rather not get wet. Be sure to keep this in mind when cleaning your Pokemon. Now, the most important point I must mention is that some Pokemon like to be dirty. Well, I will contradict myself by saying this. Please do remember that cleaning your Pokemon is not always the kind thing to do. Our time together has come to an end for today. I bid you all farewell. Yeah, I was going to say, some Pokemon like to be dirty. Yeah. I've never done that mechanic. I haven't really touched the picnics. Right, so how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Alright, so... entrance hall. Here we go. Hello. Right, we'll talk to these 5 guys and then we're done. Oh my! Oh, why hello there, young Marishna. I'm sorry I was lost in thought and didn't notice your approach. I feel I must apologize again for what transpired in the schoolyard. It didn't bother me. I can't even remember what happened. Ha, that is very magnanimous of you. Oh wait, yeah, the dragon type. That woman who showed up as a dragon tamer and a relative of mine, I might add. You see, I come from a very long line of trainers who specialize in dragon-type Pokemon. There was a child in our family who was expected to stand at its head and lead it to greatness. Was it Lance? But the young lad, rebellious little fellow that he was, ran away from home one day. He made quite a show of it too, swearing he'd make a living with music. Alright. A lot happened since then, and now he's the art teacher. And the Elite Four member before you. Oh. Alright. So, after I so rudely took my leave during our last conversation, my dear relative encouraged me to give up teaching and return home at last. I've been told the current leader of my family, that is to say my father, is in poor health. Oh, but I do apologize. Perhaps I'm not cut out for teaching after all. What sort of teacher grumbles on and on at his own student? You're a great teacher. My dear Marashna, you have no idea how much your words mean to me. Thank you so very much. You feel trusted by Mr. Hassel. Aww. Right, so where to next? Nope. To the cafe for Miss Time. Okie dokie, okie dokie. Miss Time, Miss Time, Miss Time, Miss Time. Where do you want to go? No way, I want to see Miss Time. Nope, not over there. Oh, she's actually... I can actually go in here. What do you get when you mix a Wotum with a microwave? Do we have that? I don't know if we have that. No, we do. It's microwave Rotom. Marshall, you scared me. Were you cooking something? Oh no, I'm not here for anything food related at all. I was just walking around the entrance hall, but I felt that intense gaze I told you about before. So I quickly ducked into the cafeteria here. Our cafeteria has only one entrance, so I thought I might be able to discover the identity of the person watching me if they followed me in here. Ah, someone's come in just now. Oh, that's weird. I thought I saw her come in here. Guess I won't be able to ask my question today either. That girl, I feel like I've seen her several times before. She seems to be a student here, but I get the feeling that her question is not about her studies. Next time I see her, maybe I'll start up a conversation myself. It could have been a little scary being here on my own. I'm glad you were here with me. You feel trusted. Alright. Well, that's number 2 done. Biology with the language teacher. Okay. What are you doing in the biology lab? Ah. Oh, my dear Marashna. Oh, right, you had the little guy. Thanks to your advice from before, Palmy as well, to see for yourself. It seems very quiet. Yeah, it's feeling better, but this particular poor me may just be a bit meek, I suppose. I had Miss Miriam take a look at it, and she says there's nothing wrong with it health-wise. So it shouldn't have any injuries, ailments, or the like. Even so, it never utters so much as a cry, which is odd. That part has even Mr. Jack here stumped. Maybe it's mute. Sorry, lad, I couldn't be of any help. Ne tinque pas, don't worry about it. I have some more information now thanks to the Academy's security cameras though. It seems Palmy was attacked by a wild Pokemon and fled here to the Academy grounds. Maybe it's still in a bit of shock from that experience and can't bring itself to speak yet. Yep, if that's the case, there's absolutely no problem with keeping quiet. Pas de problème. We can just attendre that is, until it feels like talking. That's all we can do, really. Even if you can speak all sorts of languages, there's no guarantee you can understand what's going on in someone's heart. But have no fear, I won't give up. No, I'll keep on trying until we figured each other out. You feel trusted. Aww. Let's see, staff room. Time for Mr. Saguabo. Oh, so now you guys are here. Right, hello. Miss Mariashna. There's something I would very much like to ask for your help with. What is it? Well, you see, I do not want to bother anyone, or I do not want anyone to overhear this, but I hear rumors of an incredibly sweet condiment that exists somewhere in the Paldea region. I absolutely must experience that ambrosial sweetness for myself. You are the only one who knows of my insatiable sweet tooth. Plus, I have no one else I can turn to for this help in this matter. I cannot go looking for this condiment myself, lest I destroy the image students have of me. Well, destroy it then. Be true to yourself. I will repay you for your troubles, of course. Give it some thought if this piques your interest. In the meantime, I will gather what information I can about this incredibly sweet condiment. I will share what I find with you as soon as I have more detailed information. Okay. Now to solve this one here. Palmy's doing great. It's a bit of a quiet one. I guess I can't talk to it. Alright, final one is Nurse's office. Now, reminds me, haven't got any updates on the nurse, have I? She was studying for the health teacher exam. No way, no way, no way! Come on, Miriam, just try it. What's wrong? Oh, great timing, you kid. Nurse Miriam here won't try the sandwich I made. Well, duh. I don't want to get a stomach ache. You won't. Probably. I mean, probably. Oh, I still remember that sandwich you made me with meat filling and meat for bread. That actually sounds pretty good. That one really messed me up bad. I hadn't trained in the other sandwiches making back then. I was young and thoughtless It was last month! So, as you can see, I'm not getting anywhere trying to persuade her. Have you tried eating it yourself? Even after I went for that intensive sandwich making training. It makes me kind of sad. She went for intensive sandwich making training? She worked really hard at it. I guess I have no choice if you've got one of our cute little students on your side. So fine, I'll try your sandwich. Let's see it. Yes, I knew you'd come around. Here it is. Munch, munch, munch. It's a little strongly flavoured, but I guess it's not bad. Woohoo, my training paid off. I'm so glad my sandwich pleases the great Nurse Miriam. I look up to you, you know. You feel trusted. Thank you for trying it, and thanks to you too, new kid. Aww. And she's run off again. That was weird. But that's just how Miss Dentra is, I guess. She's always coming into the nurse's office with some injury or another, too. Alright, is that everything then? Yeah, that's everything. Huh. Alright, so I guess we're done with the school video. Once again. Uh-huh. I really wish you could customize this. That makes me mad. A Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance game could do it. Why not a Switch game? Ay, 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 ay. Okie dokie. So I guess I'm going to end this long video here. So, this has been DragonofEternity going through more Pokemon Violet. In this video, I went through lessons number 4 and 5 of every subject. And we've progressed some of the quest lines of the teachers, I guess. Next time. I probably should go after the Psychic Gym. And then after that might be a bit of a training session in order to be strong enough to fight these 3 at the top. Alright, so next time we fight Tulip of the Alfornada Gym. Lovely. So we'll fight her, and then it might be a bit of a team training session. I do want to get all the TMs around the area, so I am going to have to just fight a bunch of trainers. I'll just have to go by area, even if some of them are low level. So, yeah, that is the plan. So, with that planned out, viewers, my rambling hopefully now finally done. Until next time.